I am Rolando Politi, and I'm an artist now in Loisaida, living here for 40 years. I was already pretty much on my own from an early age, and I, I lived in social centers in Italy and in occupied buildings in Berlin. At the time before the internet age, the word of mouth came from traveling people. And a German from Berlin, a Berliner, had just come back from New York. That's around 1980. And he told us all the stories of New York, specifically the Lower East Side area of New York, and told us how that was going to be the next promised land in terms of occupying buildings. Basically, that was my major drive to get over on this side of the Atlantic. Loisaida, when I first came, gave me a feeling like of absolute freedom. For me, freedom was in the sense that I felt like I could do what I want without specifically anyone, getting in my way or forbidding me to do so, and that related to the buildings. The physical aspect of Loisaida was exactly like a war zone. Buildings were burning every day. Loisaida was always a place to live where you had to use the third eye, watch yourself, have a good knowledge of how the street works. And all of that. I had some background from Europe, and I learned pretty quickly how to move my way around Loisaida. First came actions with a mind for the common good. Then art happens, a derivative, a byproduct. The vehicle of expression, cultural, journal, aesthetic sensitizer for the daily or eternal human pleasures and pain. So that was the concept I came up with in 1984 after a few years of activism in the Loisaida buildings. The culture of the Lower East Side can be summed up in the sense that I go back to that feeling of freedom I had when I first got here. And so among artists or punks or Puerto Ricans, we related even though we had different interests in a very nice way, without really stepping on each other's toes and cooperating for the common good. The petty problems, the petty arguments were there, but then they were overridden by the need to survival, by the strength, the need for all of us to survive together.